Sometimes love doesn't end with a fight. Sometimes it ends with a message. A simple message, the kind that looks ordinary on a phone screen, but quietly changes everything. I met her on an ordinary day. Nothing dramatic, nothing unforgettable. Just two strangers starting a conversation. At first it was simple, a few texts, a few late-night conversations. But slowly, those small conversations became part of my daily life. Good morning messages, random memes, long talks about music, dreams and the future. Before I realized it, she became the person I talked to the most, the person I waited for. There was a small cafe we both loved, nothing fancy, just warm lights, quiet music and a table by the window. We used to sit there for hours, talking about everything, our childhood stories, our favorite songs, the places we wanted to travel one day. Sometimes we talked about the future, and somehow, in my mind, she was always there in it. Back then, I believed something. I believed that the seat across from me would always belong to her. But love doesn't always end with a big moment. Sometimes it fades slowly. Messages become shorter, calls become fewer. The conversations that once lasted for hours suddenly feel forced. And the silence between two people begins to grow, quietly, almost unnoticed, until one day the message finally comes. Maybe we should stop here. I stared at the screen for a long time. I read the message again and again. My mind was full of words, but my fingers didn't move. I typed something. I miss you. Then I deleted it. I typed it again and deleted it again. Because sometimes the hardest words to say are the ones we never send. The night we said goodbye, it was raining. The streets were quiet. The rain falling softly under the streetlights. She said goodbye like it was something simple, like it didn't hurt. And then she walked away. I walked home alone under the rain. And that night I realized something painful. Sometimes the rain isn't the reason your face is wet. Life moved on, the way it always does. Days turned into months, months turned into years. And little by little, the memories became quieter, until one day I heard a song, our song, the one we used to play in that cafe, and suddenly everything came back. Her laugh, her voice, the way she looked when she smiled. It's strange how a single song can bring back someone who no longer exists in your life. One afternoon, I went back to the cafe we used to visit. The same table, the same coffee. Even the music was the same. Everything looked exactly like before. Except one thing. The chair across from me was empty. And somehow, that empty chair felt louder than any noise in the room. Years later, I saw her again. At a train station. She was standing near the platform, looking almost the same as before. When she saw me, she smiled politely. The kind of smile you give a stranger, not someone who once knew every detail of your life. Then the train arrived. She stepped onto it. The doors closed, and slowly the train began to move. I stood there watching it disappear into the distance, and suddenly I realized something. We used to talk every day. Now we don't talk at all. Two people who once meant everything to each other have become strangers again. And maybe that's how some love stories end. Not with anger, not with a fight, just silence and a message that changes everything.